Hello, everybody, and welcome, whether you're live or watching the replay in Facebook or over on my YouTube channel. My name is Mitchell Osborn, and this is Talking Animals with Mitchell, Sunday nights, my routine. I'm going to keep doing it for a while, so I've been having a great time. So if you're watching me live or even the replay, let me know where you're watching from if you want to. And what's going to happen is in just a moment, I'm going to set an intention for us. And it's really cool because as we do it as a collective, it's very nice. Just going to talk about a little bit about what's been going on with my life this week. Pull an tarot, the Arc Tarot and Oracle deck. Pull a card from Bernadette King's deck. Probably one tarot card and one Oracle card, just for like the collective group that's here tonight or watching the replay. And then I'm going to give a little lesson about animal communication. And today the lesson is like when you leave the house, when you're on vacation, when you're gone, what do you do? What can you do? What should you do? What could you do for your animals when you're gone or while you're away? And then I know I have one animal picture that was posted in the events. Thor is this beautiful puppy dog, 8 years old. But hopefully, Cora, if you're out there and watching, just let me know that you are here, because Cora is the human, Thor is the animal. And I'll do that reading probably about 20 minutes into this. And then if I have time left over, which I think I'm gonna do some individual readings. I'm gonna either pull a tarot card or an oracle card from Bernadette's deck. Now this deck, hey Cora, yay! So you're the only one who posted the picture, so you will definitely get read, you and Thor. So we'll talk soon, and I'll ask maybe if there's anything specific later. So I'm glad you're here. So this is the deck that it kind of prompted me to want to do this every Sunday night. I didn't even have it yet. I was just doing this and just doing my thing and talking about animals in my life. But this deck, if you buy it like this, and if you're in Orlando, Avalon has them. I know it's wherever books are sold. You can find it. Amazon.com. But the Arc Animal Tarot, if you just type in the Arc Tarot, you'll find it. But you can get it delivered on Prime. But huge, thick box. There are literally 78 tarot cards, and it is a traditional tarot deck based off of Rider-Waite. And I just watched 2.5 of the free videos, which come with the deck if you purchase it. And I'm one of them, but I didn't watch my own because I was there. But the book that comes with it is a very, very thick book. Inside, it's got, I just happened to open up where I was reading. So inside, it's got the pictures in full color and more of the meanings. But there are 148 cards total. 78 are tarot, and then with the deck you get an additional, I think, 20 when you purchase it. They're just the standard extra 20 oracle cards, or 22, because it makes a complete 100. But because I helped Bernadette with a little interview, and then she interviewed me for the class, I got all 148 cards. So I've got the 78 tarot. And I've got the other, so 70 Oracle. So I'm excited about that because I get to read from both of those. So so I'm going to do that in just a minute. So let's see. So let me set the intention for anybody who's here with me or watching in the archive or on Facebook. And by the way, on YouTube. If you haven't followed me on YouTube, later go to Intuitive Mitchell on YouTube and follow me. Click the subscribe and the like and the notification button, because then anytime I download a video like this that's live, you'll get a notification, because when this is done, I download it over to YouTube. So let me take a sip of water and then let me set the intention. And if you can, and it's safe for you, just allow your eyes to close and focus on your breathing. Just follow your breath in the nose and follow the rising and falling of your belly and chest. And as you do, the intention that I set for you and for me and everybody that is watching this, whether it's live or replay, is that we would receive healing, guidance, confirmation, grounding, centering, balance, peace, harmony, alignment, joy, abundance, love, great care, compassion, health, wellness, safety, courage, and encouragement. I set the intention that we would resonate, operate, and vibrate in the highest frequency of that divine source, that pure white light, love, God, goddess energy that we can. And I call in any and all of your and my and our angels and our animals, guides, and angels, and those we work with on the other side, whether we know who they are or not, into this session, as long as they stay in high vibration and play nice. All of this for our highest good and greatest growth, I say, and so it is, and so it is. And that is my intention, that if you ever purchase a reading from me, like one of my video readings, it's a tarot spread, I do that at the beginning. If you're sitting in front of me in person, I do that as well for on a phone call or Skype call. That is the intention I set for us. And I always include myself because I want to be at the best I can be for you. I want to be, here and present and ready to go for you. So let me pull a card for us, the collective that is watching. And like I said, if you're out there watching and you want to let me know where you're watching from, by all means do. I know there's several of you out there watching right now. So I am shuffling the tarot deck. So let's see what tarot has to say for us first. And I'm going to pull one card from tarot and see what we've got. Oh, the Manta Ray, which is all about temperance, or it's the Temperance card. So such a beautiful, beautiful card. And the words on there are divine energy, perfect harmony, and miracles. So with that one, hey Rose. So let me pull up the let me find that one. So Temperance, because I love to read what she writes as well. So and here's the difference. This is one thing that I learned from Bernadette in her book. And this is her belief on kind of the shamanic practice. Hey, Dawn, how are you? So spirit versus totem versus power animal. So she believes that a spirit animal is one that just kind of pops into your life. You may have subconsciously, unconsciously called out for help. But a spirit animal would be one that shows up to assist or to help. A totem animal would probably be the one that you've been obsessed with all your life. It could be your zodiac sign from, Western, Vedic, Chinese, Native American, indigenous, whatever. I'm a Pisces, so fish. I've always resonated with fish, and the manta ray is kind of a fish. Breathes water. It gets its water, lives in water, breathes through water. But also like hawks have always been connected to me. Snakes have another one. So those would be totem. Growing up, my mom collected owls, and I was like, that's her totem. Then one time it shifted to frogs. I'm like, that's her totem now. And then one time it was turtles. I'm like, that's her totem now. Now, a power animal, if with this card, if you're going to use this as a power animal, the manta ray, then what you do is it's when you evoke the power of that animal. And if you need to bring about, let me read what it says. So to invoke manta ray as your power animal when preparing to leave a toxic environment. So, if you're in a bad relationship, if you're in a job that's not so good, or a group of friends that's not so good, invoke the energy of the manta ray. Just study on it, focus on it, maybe make it your screensaver. And every time you see it, just utilize those keywords right there: divine energy, perfect harmony, miracles. And you can just set the intention: I'm living in a place of miracles with divine harmony and beautiful, perfect. I combine the two: divine energy and perfect harmony, and evoke that manta ray energy as you can just glide right out of that toxic environment. So beautiful, beautiful reading for the collective. So if someone needs to leave something toxic, and let me know if that resonates with you guys. That's what I love about this. It's because for me, those are the miracles. Those are the miracles that happen. So now I'm going to pull an oracle card for us, the collective watching. And let's see what the oracle card is. And it is, I love this card, the Mermaid. So yes, there are some mythical cards in here. And I love that this came up. So mirthical. Mermaid is femininity, allure, and charm. So let me look up what the mermaid is in the book. And I have to always, when it's an oracle card, I have to kind of go find them in a different place. So beautiful, beautiful cards. Okay, there it is. Unicorn, Phoenix, Pegasus, Oyster, Mermaid. All right, so the mermaid. So for your spirit animal, so if all of a sudden a mermaid just pops into your life and you hardly ever see mermaids, then this spirit animal, when mermaid swims up as your spirit animal, it's time to turn on the charm. So if you're about to walk into an interview and all of a sudden like a mermaid just pops into your mind, or mermaids, all over the place, you see it on 2 billboards walking in, turn on the charm in your interview. Now, if you're about to walk into that interview and you need the totem to come out, and your totem is mermaid, you've always been drawn to mermaids, you've dressed up as mermaids for Halloween twice in your lifetime. Mermaid as a totem animal belongs to those who are comfortable diving into the deepest emotions. So you might be able to and I'm not, as a Pisces, I can dive into deep emotions. I am not afraid of dealing with some heavy stuff. Hey, Michelle. So now, if as a power animal, if I need to evoke that, call on mermaid as your power animal when you need help exploring the innermost feminine self. So if you're finding that you're just overly dynamic and masculine and you're like trying to force and make everything happen, and someone says you need to just chill out, pull up that feminine mermaid energy. And when you think about it, I always coach people on this. You don't have to read the books. You don't have to know. Just ask a few questions. Oh, mermaid popped into your life. Oh, I don't remember what Mitch said. I don't have the book to look it up. What do mermaids do? First of all, you hardly ever see them, and when you do, it's usually just one-on-one. It's not like you can catch them or get near them, so it's very elusive. They are absolutely feminine in energy. They're half naked. They're vulnerable, but they also just traditionally, they sit on the rocks, the mermaids, and they sing their song, and they call in, the sailors, which they crash on the ocean. They get drunk with the love of seeing these half naked women. Now, for me, I'll be honest with you, when I think of mermaid, I'm a Starbucks freak. So I do think of the siren from Mermaid, from Starbucks. But, it's calling to me. And I'll tell you, that's where I can go and dive into some deep emotions in a Starbucks, sitting quietly with my cup of coffee. So there's your message. So any questions about, totem, spirit, or animal? Totem, spirit, what's the totem, spirit, or power? Totem, spirit, or power animals. If you have any questions, let me know. And if any of them, and again, if this is as a collective read, if this made some sense to you, by all means, let me know. Let me know how it resonated with you. And then I'm going to go into the lesson for this evening with our animal. And thank you all for showing up. I know there's a couple of you out there. And also, thanks for sharing this. If you know how to do a watch party, you can link it to your page and people know you're watching it. So nobody's posted, and it usually takes about 30 to 40 seconds for me to get it. So hopefully no one has, and I just am being impatient. So the lesson for today about animal communication is when you're gone. So whether it's for the day, for an hour, for a weekend, for a 10-day trip, connecting to your animals and letting them know what's up is very, very important. And once I started doing this, I could tell our animals, and at one point we had a Pomeranian, a Dachshund, and 3 cats. One of the cats has since passed away, Toby a couple years ago, 4 years ago, Groundhog's Day, and Tiffany a year ago, Thanksgiving. And Lovita was like 8 years ago, Memorial Day. They always go around and on holidays. So, and Sheldon is still with us, 18-year-old Dachshund, and Bartolomeo is literally right here sitting next to me. He's usually with me most evenings when I'm in here. So first of all, you want to make sure you're letting them know what's going on. And the best way to do that, because I do believe animals have a sense of time. Do they know what time is on the watch and the clock? I don't know so much. Michelle, you said that's funny. I've been watching Sirens on Hulu. I love it. And that is the stuff that has been blowing my mind lately. Like the other day, someone sent me a link to a new band. It was like Venti something, like, Venti Grudge. And then I did an interview with someone and the name of their dog was Venti. Literally, I was like, oh my gosh, where does that come up? So sirens I love it that they're coming out like that. So bring in some of your femininity. What else was the siren, the mermaid? Femininity, allure, and charm. Turn on the charm, Michelle. So the lesson. So let's say you're going to be gone, you leave for work in the morning. First of all, if your animal's, been cool and is okay with you coming and going, avoid trying to wind them up or feel sorry for them that they're home alone all day. If you pity them, oh, poor baby, you're so alone. Most animals are okay being alone. Most animals are going to sleep all day long, just depending on what kind of animal it is, what breed, species, and then their personality. But first of all, set them up for good turnout, good outcome. And basically, if you walk out the door just going, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got to leave them, who's the one who's having the separation anxiety? Is it you or them? So when you start to leave, are you hating the fact that you have to go to work? Are you looking forward to it? If you just want to stay home and pull the sheets over your head, then your animal may, reflect some of that. So first thing, set them up, think of them in a positive way. Let them know, communicate with them. Hey, mommy, daddy, whatever you call yourself, is going off to work. And, you can see the sun just in your mind, send an image. The sun just came up. And right as the sun starts to go down, I'm going to walk through the door and see you again. And the whole time you want to send them pictures and images of this. So you don't want to send them pictures of images of things that aren't going to happen. So be conscious of what you're thinking when you're communicating with them. So like I said, as you're about to leave, just say, send them love from your heart to their heart. And you'll see them in a couple hours. Don't not necessarily think that they know what hours are, but they certainly know what sun up and sun down is. And then when you come in the door, or when you start coming home, when you start driving home, if you're fighting traffic, if you're rushing, if you're pissed off, and you start thinking of walking in the door to your animal, that energy that you're feeling, you're sending it to them. So you don't necessarily want to think of them, connect with them when you're in a pissy mood. Think about that time you've been in your house, you're having a good day, you're cooking dinner, doing whatever, and your significant other busts through the door and starts yelling and screaming about how horrible life is. You're just like, oh my gosh, I was having such a good day, and you bust in with this craziness. That's the kind of the same thing with the animals. So you want to come at them, come to them with, beautiful, calm, centered, kind of, very emotionally stable feelings. So, maybe not think of them till you're in a calm, peaceful place, or get yourself in a calm, peaceful place if you start to think about them. And then when you walk in the door, I'll never forget, I was teaching this class, and there's about 20 people there, and there's this one lady that brought her dog, which she was told not to. Nobody brings the animals to an animal communication class. That's a room full of crazy animals, They don't know how they're all going to react. But she brought it, and I said, when you come home from work, don't wind your animal up. Don't wind your dog up. And I said, and what I mean by that is you're going, come here, come here, come here. You're winding them up. You're trying to get them excited. What you're trying to do, most likely, you're trying to say, show me how much you love me. Come on, jump up and down, twirl around. Show me how excited that you are to see me walk in the door because nobody out there loves me. I mean, literally, it's like we're working out our childhood issues with our animal. But when I was doing the workshop and I did the whole wind them up thing, the dog jumped up, ran to the front of the room, and started jumping up at me. And everybody laughed and laughed. And I was like, and the one woman, everybody laughed because they knew exactly what it meant. It meant that's what she does to the dog. And I said, I'm sorry, but I got to use you as an example. This is what you do not want to do. That's not good for their little system. It's like giving them a shot of caffeine. And that's why a lot of times they pee on the floor or they poop in the house or whatever. So you want to come in, and if you talk to behavioralists, they'll be like, come in, set your things down, do your thing. When you're ready, turn to the animal, walk over, and greet them. I kind of do that, but I usually just come up to them, approach them. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. With Sheldon being so old, I usually pick him up and give him a little hug. And often I'll put him right outside because he wants to go to the bathroom. But yeah, so when you come in, just come in a peaceful, calm way. But the other thing, if you're going on longer vacations, when we go on vacations, they're 9 to 15 days, sometimes 18 coming up. We have someone stay at our house, so there's someone there, and they're getting fed in the morning, get fed at night, they're getting let out. The cats are getting attention. But what I do, because how many of you, when you pull out the suitcases, your animals know, oh crap, they're leaving. They know something's going on. We had a little Chihuahua Zuzu that stayed with us for 4 years, extended visitor, which I wish she could have spent the rest of her life with us. But when we pulled out the suitcase, she would get in it. And she was 4 pounds, so she would just sit there like, I know you can take me with you. I'm small enough that you can take me with you. And she was just adorable, but I've got several pictures of that. But what we do is I do the mental thing. I say, hey, I kind of gather them together. I'm like, all right, everybody, we're going to leave. Daddies are leaving, and we're going to be back. And I say we're going to be back in 10 sunrises and sunsets. So I imagine the sun going up, the sun going down, the sun going up, the sun going down. And I do it 10 times, and it's real laborious, but I let them know. On that 10th day, when the sun goes down or comes up on the 11th day, I send an image of us walking in the door. And since I started doing that, we come back, they're more peaceful, they're more calm. Another good thing is the dog sitters that we have now are much more peaceful, calm people. We had a few young people, and it's not that they were party people, but, I just knew they were not, sleep late, don't get up so early, didn't follow our rules so much. But yeah, so do that. Cora said, Thor knows when we're going to leave. Yeah, they do. And here's what I believe why they know. Because you're thinking about it. You're already going, oh my gosh, we're going to get on a plane. We're going to fly to Hawaii. I'm going to be sitting. You've been talking about it. So every time you think about it, the images that you're projecting out are images of you on the beach, in Hong Kong, in Puerto Rico, wherever you are. It's like you're sending them messages that you're not going to be in this place anymore. You're not going to be sleeping in that bed anymore. Someone else is going to be feeding them for a while. Hey, Norm, welcome. So yeah, so any questions about the lesson that I just taught? And while you're doing that, I'm going to post a link, and I do this quite a bit, so if you ever miss it, you can find it. But this link is to my online workshop that I taught, I think it was about a year or two ago, but it's a big 50% discount, so it brings it down to just $12. But yeah, so that if you ever want to get to class, it's about an hour and 15 minutes, but it's kind of like all the bullet points of animal communication, of which I just shared one of them with you. Or you can watch several of these and pick them up. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, Intuitive Mitchell, and find the animal communication playlist, and you can play those. And at the beginning of each of those weekly videos, I did a little animal communication. Either way, lots of ways you can do it. So let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'm going to move to our one reading that I have tonight. And then I'll do a few readings for the collective. So I'm just going to do a quick little check. I don't see if anybody else posted in the event. I don't know if I can get it over here quick enough. And it's so funny because, Cora, you posted, and I kept looking, and I couldn't see any. Oh, nobody posted. And then finally, real faint at the bottom, it's like, one post needs approval. But the funny thing is I don't have the tab switched over that the posts need approval. So I don't know, maybe, Corey, if you follow that page, and Corey, you'll have to let me know. So if you do not follow Mitchell Osborn, Animal Communicator, Pet Psychic, then that may be why, because if you're not following when you post, it might not recognize it. But I had to approve it, which is weird because in the event I have does not need, admin approval to be posted here. So at least now I know I need to look. So that's a definite. And Cora, first of all, let me know you're still out there. And you follow. Okay, good. Thank you. So you are out there. And Cora, let me know if there's any other bullet point things going on with Thor. Otherwise, I'm just going to do a general tap in. But if you have some specific questions, you can post those. Just make them short and sweet, not too long. And it seems like nobody else has any questions about the lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into the readings. So let me bring Thor up. And it's funny. So everybody watching, I haven't brought a picture of Thor up yet. And this is, when I teach, like psychic development, this is kind of how I do it. I'm like, I want you to see if you can tap into the image of Thor. And what do you see? Right now, when I say Thor, and we're going to read Thor, and I think I said Thor was a dog, um, what do you feel? What do you see? What breed of dog? What kind of energy do you see? Trust your gut. Just type anything in there. Let's just have some fun. Pretend like it's karaoke. You're going to sound horrible and we're all going to have fun. So go ahead and see if anybody wants to type in and let me know what you see before I post the picture. It'll be fun to see what comes up. And you guys hang around. I'll definitely do some readings at the end. So, all right, I'm going to post a picture of Thor. So let me bring that up. Dun, dun, dun. Anybody, Bueller, before I post it? So here is Thor. Dude, I love it. It's so funny. Is that, no, at first I thought, is that ice? Norm, larger brown colored dog. There, you got close, Norm. Definitely browns and definitely a larger dog. So, so Cora, you did not post anything specific, and I believe in the message you said Thor is 8 years old, going to be 9 March 18th. He is a fellow Pisces like me. So Cora, when I say some things about Thor, let me know what makes sense by typing it in and using a reference point. So what I'm about to say right now is, first of all, Thor is a Pisces if he was born March 18th. So, and immediately when I hear that and I tap into his energy, I can tell he is a healer. So if that makes some sense, you can write, yes, he's a healer, versus just saying yes, because I don't know what you're saying yes to. But he's definitely a healer. I can see him, and because of the breed, I can tell he's very much watchful, very alert of what's going on around him. I believe he's showing me the image of, I believe, an older man who I feel like is, because they're all in white, they're like in a bed, and it makes me, and they're propped up, so it makes me feel like a hospital bed. So I'm getting lots of feelings of like hospice and things like that. So Cora, let me know if Thor had any involvement either as a therapy dog or he worked with a family member who was an older man. Doesn't have to be a man, but it feels like masculine energy, who he might have been connected to, either while he was sick or if in the last days of his life, because he's showing me this man. Because the man looks to be like definitely over 65. So he does feel like an older gentleman. And it's funny, I'm getting a German connection, and I'm thinking Thor is a German Shepherd, but then to this person, I feel like they're German too, and I feel like there's some kind of a joke, like, hey, we're both German, wie geht's? Wie geht es dir? So there's a kind of funny connection to that whole aspect. But let's see what else. Thor is definitely watching over the babies, and I feel like the babies, Thor's making me feel like they're other little dogs. He didn't work with any older man. So just hold on to that thought because there's definitely a connection to like an older gentleman that he is connected to. And have you had him since a baby? Since his birth? You probably have, or at least you had his papers or something. But definitely connected to like this older man. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to that one. He won't let me let go of that. So maybe not yet. You'll have to let me know if one day he does that kind of work or something. And it doesn't have to actually work with the person, but just could be connected with someone. It could have been a next door neighbor or someone. So you got him at 12 weeks. So you've had him pretty much his entire life. Yeah, but it's like was there a neighbor or someone? I'm going to keep pushing this because. Yeah, so just think a little bit. If not, I'm fine with not being able to place it, but as much as he's pushing it, I definitely feel like there's something there. But he's also, like I said, he's watching over the babies. And for me, the babies make me feel like little dogs, but they could be children because I'm feeling like two and it feels like boy and girl. Again, don't let the gender of what I'm saying be the be all to end all because it could just be energy of one kind of masculine, one kind of feminine. It's funny, he's shown me a lot of bamboo. It's interesting because he shows me a lot of images and not so much talk. And a lot of times bigger dogs, I don't feel like I have a full conversation with them. Sometimes it feels like an interpreter or their subconscious or a guide or something. But with Thor, I'm getting a lot of images. which is very Pisces-like. It's very Pisces-like. Okay, your children are a boy and girl. Um, and you said he's, because I'm seeing like, so if he's been in your life for almost 9 years, and are your did he know your kids as babies? Because he's showing me babies. Remember, I said he's watching over the babies. So are your kids under 9 or under 10 like that? Because I feel like it's almost like he's showing me babies. And he's also telling me he's really connected to the boy. So I don't know if that's like the one he sleeps with or hangs out with or plays with the most. Um, Not that he doesn't like the girl or everybody else, but he's really connected to the boy. So there's something really, really powerful about the boy. Does, does and he feels, so they were 3 and 4 when they got him. Okay, so 3 and 4. Uh, is he almost like, and I'm coming back to the therapy thing. Is the is he almost like therapy for your son? Because I'm feeling a big connection there. Like and this goes back to the healing part that I said at the beginning. Like really involved with him. Um, Almost like he might be, very hyperactive or autistic or just, need a little extra support, and not in a bad way. Yeah, he has a strong connection with your son. Okay, because there's definitely something very powerful there, and it could be just their personalities and how they connect and how they get along. Um, and it's funny because Thor just finally, I feel like he just finally spoke. He's teaching your son how to be a little bit, I don't want to say more of a man. He's teaching your son how to stand up for himself. That's what I'm getting. So I don't know if your son's had like not bullying issues or things, but just maybe where he kind of needs to stand up for himself, speak up for himself a little bit more. Because I feel like this is part of his therapy and healing that he does. Like it's just like he's nudging your son to stand up and be stronger. And I wouldn't be surprised if your son has full-on conversations with Thor, like late into the night. Thor just said he doesn't really like being dressed up. And I don't know if this is your daughter that does it, like puts clothes on him or something, but he's not a fan of having clothes put on him. I even saw things like glasses or like ears or something or a cape or something. He's not a fan of that. He says he tolerates it, but he's not a fan of that. So, Cora, let me know if anything else makes sense. And also, Cora, because I'm kind of bringing this to a little bit of an end or close here, but let me know if there's anything else specific that's going on that you want to know about. He literally, this is my fun part of my job. He literally, in my mind, he literally just took a crap and then turned around and says, "You need to look at this. You need to look at this. Like, pay attention to this." So I don't know if he's had stuff going on with his bowels or because it feels extremely dark, extremely hard. So this is where I'm not a vet or anything like that. Um, you said a birthday hat. He didn't like it. So make sure Thor's getting enough water. Make sure he's staying hydrated enough. Because again, he's showing, and this is again not the vet, not the doctor, but the poop was very dark and very hard. Don't know that necessarily means bad. Hey, his anxiety is something. He just showed me. So Corey, is there a significant other in the house? I'll say husband, but is there a significant other? Because I'm feeling the anxiety from like this other adult person, and it almost makes me feel like worry about work and job and supply in the family. So I don't know if stuff's going on there. If that is the case, then what you want to do, everybody listening, if you feel like your animal's having a difficult time or struggling or something, let them know. The humans, we understand, we got this, we can take care of this. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fed. You're going to have a roof over your head. Don't, tell them, no need to worry. See them in a beautiful, peaceful place. Okay, so husband, yes. Is there anything going on with his job, or is he stressed or worry about that? There feels like there's something over there that he's kind of, because animals will reflect and mimic and mirror what's going on in us, the humans, and sometimes they take it on and they show it quite a bit. I was just listening to one of the lessons from the Arc Tarot, and one of my like idol teachers that I've read like all her books. I'm almost finished with the third book, Penelope Smith. She was talking about one of the miracles. One time she walked in, this woman brought her over for her cat. The cat was just flat on the ground, literally like about to die. The vets had no idea what was going on and wasn't eating, wasn't drinking. And when Penelope did the reading and connected to the cat said, well, he kicked me and he's kicking her and beating her too. So literally the cat was telling the animal communicator, Penelope, that this woman she was reading was being abused by a man, and the man had also kicked the cat down the hall. And the woman, of course, got emotional and said, yes, that's my ex-boyfriend. We are no longer together. And the moment she said, this boyfriend is not coming back, he was abusive, blah, 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 the cat got up, got some water, came back, sat down. More of the conversation went around. Cat got up, drank some, or ate some food, came back, and immediately started getting better. So they can really reflect what's going on in our lives. You said husband is not stressed, but husband is the leader. So yeah, and I'm not not reading your husband as that he's not here with us, but I would just be conscious of, see if maybe he is holding some of the stress inside and not sharing it with the family, because animals will pick up on the hidden messages and the hidden stuff. And this could be where your husband's like, I'm going to keep this inside. I'm going to make sure the family's taken care of. And, he may not be sharing with it just because it's not time to worry, but I'm going to be honest, I don't feel that's what's going on. But yeah, just connect with and see if there's any other anxiety. But I don't feel anxiety with Thor. I'm going to share this as a message for all and a lesson for all. It's great to give your animals purpose and a job. And the reason I say that is because if Thor does not have a full-on job or purpose, I do feel like his natural instinct to be a guard or a guard dog is coming up and coming out. So give him permission to protect the house. If husband is the leader, then let him be the leader of protection. There's the director, and then below him there would be the Department of Defense, and he's the head of the defense, where your husband's the director and he's the leader of the defense. So give him permission to patrol the house, to watch over whatever it is. But every animal, it's great to give them a job, to give them a career, to give them purpose, one that feels natural to them. Also allow Thor to be a healer as well. And know that when he's touching you, sitting next to you, looking at you, paw on you, that he's sending healing energy. Just kind of say, thank you, I feel that, I accept that healing energy. And especially, and you can teach this to the kids as well, because they really understand this better than we humans, adults sometimes. So Cora, thank you for that. So Thor likes to patrol. Good. I like it. Yeah. So really reiterate, this is your job, Thor. And just say, we appreciate you being the guard dog. We appreciate you patrolling and keeping us safe. We feel more comfortable because you do that. So thank you. We all feel more comfortable. And that could relieve if there's any anxiety. So by your asking me his anxiety, is it something, I assume there is some kind of anxiety you're seeing. Hopefully maybe the lesson I taught at the beginning can help a little bit of that as well. So at this point, everybody watching this, whether live or in the replay, let's send Cora, her husband, her 2 children, and Thor some beautiful high vibrational energy. And we just offer it to them and allow that energy, that healing, everything to go just where it's needed. We're not going to know and presume to know where it needs to go, but just give it out there that it's going there. So thank you for sharing that with us. So yeah, all right. So thank you, Cora, for sharing Thor with us for a little bit. Norm, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you being here. And it was funny, Norm, because I was like, where's Norm tonight? I don't see him. He hasn't said hey yet. You took you a little while to get here. So, all right, you guys, if you are still with me, and I know there's a few of you out there, and you would like a 1-card reading, then just type either the letter O for Oracle or T for Tarot, and I'll pull one for you from the Arc Animal Tarot or the Oracle deck. And I'll read, the spirit, the totem, and the power significators and words and definitions and interpretations for you. Sharon, did you miss it? Sharon, go back and watch the beginning. Go back and watch the beginning. But I'm doing, all right, so Sharon, I'm going to write them down just so. Sharon O. All right, who else wants one? Norm Tarot and Cora Tarot. Anybody else? Otherwise, I'm going to get started. So Sharon, you wanted Oracle. All right, Sharon, so just take a couple deep breaths. Set the intention that the card that will come up for you will be just what you need to hear right now. Just what you need to hear right now. So for Sharon, your Oracle, oh, I love it. Oh, so beautiful, is Owl. So for Sharon, yours is Owl. And that is like a mom and a baby. And the key words are prophecy, attentiveness, and secrets. All right. So for Al, so as I just read this, I would say definitely give your attention to, and Spirit's saying to yourself right now, give yourself the attention that you need right now. This could be about having like a little me spa day or something, but I love how it's almost like they're pruning each other. So really give yourself a little bit more attention right now. Focus on yourself. Don't be afraid. Just close the door. Do whatever. Now let me look up the power or the So what I'm doing is I'm looking up. See if I can find them quick enough. I think it's under the mom and baby. Yep, it's under the mom and baby. So for Owl, Sharon, when Owl wings in as your spirit animal, it's time to call in your soulmate. So whether you're single or there's someone in your life, connect with that soulmate and or call them in. As a totem animal, Owl as a totem animal belongs to those who fly straight and true. So if you're really drawn to Owl, anybody listening, that's because you fly straight and you fly true. You shoot from the hip and you shoot straight. Now, as a power animal, Sharon, you can call on Owl as your power animal when you need to work with moon magic. And moon magic, we just had a full moon, so just embody that owl. Imagine that owl sitting tall, the neck almost looking around, because it can go like almost like 360 degrees. It's just really bizarre. So Sharon, let me know if that resonated with you. It made a little bit of sense. I hope it did. And then Norm, I want you. Hey, Gina. Gina, just tell me, put O for Oracle or T for Tarot, and I will pull a card for you, Gina. Sharon says, wow, that's so where you are right now. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so, and remember those. Make a mental note like of watching this time and come back and watch it again. So, all right, for Norm, so set the intention that the card will come up. That is just right now what you need to hear from Spirit. So for Norm, the card is, I love it, Hummingbird. And this is Four of Wands, homecoming, rest after labor, nirvana. So ultimately, I feel like it's like you need to go chill out, rest. And so the Four of Wands is typically about the house to home. It can be about marriage. It's traditionally like the marriage card. Yeah, so Norm, I'm feeling like you need to rest a little bit. So let me pull up that. Thank you, Gina. I see that, and we'll get you that card in just a second. So Norm, Four of Wands. Let me find that. Oh. So, all right, so Four of Wands for Norm, the hummingbird. So when hummingbird flits in as your spirit animal, it's time to move to a higher vibration. So that's a very clear message. Set the intention, move to the higher vibration. Hummingbird as a totem animal belongs to messengers of hope and renewal. So if you're someone that you've always been drawn to hummingbirds, you've got hummingbirds around you, they're constantly there, you love them, then that's because you are a messenger of hope and renewal. Now, this may be where you need to step into it, Norm. So invoke hummingbird as your power animal when you need a swift, timely response. So say you've got employees or a boss or someone that you need to hear back from. This is where you say, all right, I'm going to step in hummingbird. I'm going to get a quick response. I'm going to force them to come back and talk to me. So Norm, let me know if that resonated with you just a little bit. And I'm going to Cora next. Hopefully that made a little bit of sense. So Cora, set the intention that whatever comes up will be exactly what you need to hear, right now. All right, so for Cora, I love this one. So I've got giraffe. So for Cora, giraffe, beautiful, beautiful image. And this is 8 of Pentacles, apprenticeship, quality craftsmanship, and mastery. So definitely, Cora, this would definitely be, really focus on your work right now, because the 8 of Pentacles is typically about good, hard work coming at you. And as you can see, some of the key words: apprenticeship, quality of your work, quality of craftsmanship, and mastery. So really, really focus on whatever it is you're doing for work. Own it, become the master of it, and just keep focusing on doing better and better and better. So for giraffe, when giraffe reveals, spirit animal, when giraffe reveals as your spirit animal, the time to rise above earthly matters is now. And think about it, they're one of the tallest animals. They rise above everything. Giraffe as a totem animal belongs to sure-footed folks who see the big picture but remain grounded. Once again, grounded, 4 thick legs, but they rise above. They're almost like a bird, a hawk, where they can see so much, but yet they're still so very grounded. And then invoke giraffe as your power animal when you need help walking with your head held high. Now that is a beautiful one. And that is a perfect example of whether you know what the meanings of the cards are or not, or if a giraffe just keeps popping into your life. It's a tall animal. It's very heavy. It's very grounded. It's got these 4 very sturdy legs, but it can see so much, and it holds its head up high. I mean, it's really, really powerful. There was something else about I can't remember what it is about their neck or the way they can swallow or something like that, but there was something unique about them as well. So, Norm says, been resting a lot this past week. Good. Been thinking about hummingbird lately. Oh, perfect. I love it. I love it. So, hey, everybody, if you're just joining. So, the last reading I'm going to do right now is for Gina. And Gina, you chose an oracle. So, let me pull this. So, Gina, just set the intention that what you need to hear and know right now for the highest and best of your life is coming at you. You're welcome, Cora. So for Gina, Cardinal. Beautiful, 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 beautiful card. So this is creative force, zeal, sacred songs. So don't be afraid to be, creative and sing your actual song. Sing your tune. Don't be afraid to do it. All right. So let me get the message from the book. So when Cardinal sings as your spirit animal, it's time for allowing hope to spring eternal in your heart. So again, hope is the key word here. So let the hope rise. Sing your hopeful song. Share it with the world. Cardinal as a totem animal belongs to those who with strong ancestral ties. So Gina, maybe this is where you really have a connection to your ancestors, to your current family. You're doing like maybe Ancestry.com or 23andMe, or you're just digging, or you're trying to find out, or you do work with magic and the earth elements, and a lot of shamans and pagans really, really rely on their ancestors. I personally feel more off-planet and alien than anything else. And that could be why I feel often so distant from the humans that are my blood family and that I grew up with. Love them dearly, but when I start doing any kind of shamanistic work or stuff like that, I'm not going back to like ancestors here. I had a grandfather that was a metaphysical minister, and I've called upon him every once in a while, but I just don't feel a connection like I do to spirit, to source energy, to aliens even. So now, power animal for you, Gina. Call on Cardinal as your power animal for help developing an authoritative voice. So that is almost like a sword card, like the Queen of Swords, like learn to speak your truth. Have that authoritative voice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So there is your messages, everybody. So let me put that link up again if you missed it at the beginning. So if you want to learn a little bit more about animal communications, the link I'm posting right now is a class that I taught online, and you can go there. It's a big discount. With the discount, it's only like $12.50. But it's like an hour and 15, 20 minutes. And I go through how to connect with your animals. And one of the lessons you got tonight is on there about what to do when you're gone. But if you ever want to have a reading with me, MitchellOsborn.com, it's right there. And if you ever want to request the card specifically, I definitely can do that. So Gina, you said, I love being creative, learning to dance with your own drum. I love it. You're a healer, and I remember my past life in ancient Egypt. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Sharon, you are welcome, and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you as well. But yes, so the special this week is the 333 spread, where we take the energy of 3, we use it to be more creative, more optimistic, speaking our truth. You can see that all over Twitter, Instagram, Facebook pages. I've posted that. What else is going on? You're welcome, Norm. And tomorrow night, V and I, my friend and I, V, will be on my other page, the Intuitive Messenger page, doing 1 card readings. We each pull a card for you. And we'll do that 7:30 p.m. And that's called Shenanigans with Mitch and V, or V and Mitchell. And what else? So yeah, full spread. Oh yeah, if you want to get a 28 card massive gigantic spread, which basically I pull a card per month for the next year. And if you get it early enough, I pull for December. So I pull 1 card, what the energy looks like for December, and then a second card, how you best can navigate it. And this is a individualized, customized spread. It's not a canned spread that I just send out to you, but I pull out the video just like this and send it to you in an unlisted video link. So yeah, I think that's about all I've got going on. Check out the deck, the Arc Animal Tarot, if you want. Again, they have them in bookstores and Amazon Prime. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for staying. Thank you for retweeting this. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel and getting the notifications. Thanks for following me on Instagram, Twitter, both my Facebook pages, Mitchell Osborn, the Intuitive Messenger, and Mitchell Osborn, Animal Communication, Psychic Medium, Pet Psychic. And until next time, namaste. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.